it's been a lot of work. Obviously it's been a little bit easier the last couple of years, but the first few years, I mean, recruiting was the biggest thing. But change for me. I wanted to change the whole sort of outlook and attitude that the team had, and then slowly start bringing in my own recruits. And this year it's kind of special because all the seniors were my first recruiting class. So it'll be nice to see them go all the way through. Graduate. Some will, some won't this year, but I think that's definitely special for me as a coach, and it's definitely been a lot of work. It's been sort of quite a journey over the last 5 years, but it's been it's been a lot of fun as well. So I think recruiting's been the key of building a strong team, and then just working every day in the range and having good kids that want to train hard and get better. But ultimately, it's been a lot of fun. So.
I have just a kind of a general knowledge question. Is the program still funded through the university?
I'm hoping. I think from this fall with Oliver here, I think the university is going to take over the funding of the team. Previously, it had all been fundraised money. We'd been using. I think we'd had money from the state legislator every year. But I think that's going to change from this year. Oliver's definitely been a lot more supportive. Really, just in all aspects, and I think starting from pretty much from now on with him in place, the team's pretty much funded through the athletic department.
And that'll be a big boost, obviously, for future.
Absolutely. It allows us to have a slightly bigger budget that we need. We've been quite a good bit below some of our competitors in total budget. It means we can travel to do some more traveling, which we need to do. And just all around the support of the program, and like any sport, if you're one of the top teams, you have to keep competing with those top teams. So we have to compete recruiting wise and travel wise and everything. We have to invest in the program to keep up with the Kentuckys and the Alaskas and the other teams that have been spending a lot more than us in the past 5 to 10 years. So we definitely need to keep doing that. You have to keep investing into your program. But I think with Oliver here, the leadership's been fantastic over the last year, and hopefully we'll continue to do that.
Is that something that Oliver brought up to you, or something that?
I think it's something he was pretty well aware of
Really?
when he came in, and it's definitely something that I sat down and spoke with him, pretty early on, and I think our fundraisers, spoke with him pretty early on, and I mean he pretty much made the commitment, right away that the team needs to be supported like any other athletic team here at WVU, and he's done a good job of doing that.
So is this a for sure thing in the fall? It's going to be fully funded, or is it still in the works?
I'm pretty sure the answer is yes, but okay. Again, my job's coaching and not the financial side, right. So don't quote me on it.
Okay. How much help would that be to everything that you've done? From how much did it limit you in the first 5 years?
It would be a huge help. I mean, we definitely it definitely limited us a little bit. I mean, I really definitely focused on the scholarship side in terms of we had to have the money for scholarships in order to go out and recruit the best student athletes. So that definitely limited us in other areas. The team liked to rag on me for not spending much money a lot of the time, but it is what it is. It's I tell them if we might not be able to travel to Alaska these past few years, or we might not have been able to spend the extra money on equipment or certain things. I mean, we've done our best. Right. So yeah, it's definitely been a limit, but we've tried to. I've definitely been conscious of what we've had and tried to spend our money in the best way possible. I'm hoping one of the biggest things will be to have a full-time GA. That's something that we haven't had in the past either. So there's lots of little things that'll really help and improve the program, and ultimately just like anything else, being competitive with those other top programs.
Right. I'm guessing they have full budgets and everything.
Yeah, budgets are a good bit higher. So.
What does it say about Oliver that he came in and that was a focus of this program?
It says a lot. He's just brought, I think, new life to the department. Enthusiasm, but obviously his resume speaks for itself. He's very knowledgeable and all that side of things. But he's a class guy as well, and he's been very easy to work with. I think every coach here feels that they're important, feels that their team is important, and I think we all appreciate that. I mean, we all know that football and basketball bring in the money, and but we're also made to feel important as well, and every sport matters. And I think that's a nice feeling as well.
Right. I know you said the 5 years have been kind of tough. How did the national championship help in terms of? I'm sure it did
a huge amount. Yeah, I mean, it was definitely a huge. Made a big difference for recruiting. I mean, recruiting was obviously going well, but I think I had a lot more recruits come to us, as it were. So a lot more. I would get emails and phone calls. I think just getting our name back out there. I think people knew that West Virginia Rifle was back and doing well, but there's a big difference between being back and doing well and being the national champion. And yeah, that definitely made a huge difference. And for the most part, a lot of people, unless they're from around Morgantown or really around the state or really associated with the team, don't really remember 03 as much. Certainly recruits coming in don't. So that made a huge difference, and it was just a great way to come back, over everything that had happened. And now hopefully we can just move on and establish ourselves as one of the top teams year in, year out. I mean, it's obviously not easy to do that. You're not going to win a national championship every year. I mean, there's no team in any sport that does that. But our goal is to be competitive every year and to go to the championships every year with a chance to win, and that's all we can ask for.